Welcome back. Let's get back to our top story now. And the final poll results are out ahead of the Israeli election, and it looks like Isaac Herzog's party is opening up a lead. Oren Libermann joins me now live from Jerusalem. And Oren, polls have been released. It's the last indication of what could possibly happen on election day. What do they show?
Well, only 4 days until the election now, and what they're showing is that Netanyahu is not only not winning this race right now, he's falling behind by a gap that keeps on growing with only days left of campaigning here. Zionist Union, which is the Isaac Herzog party, has 26 seats. Benjamin Netanyahu's LIKUD party has only 22 seats. Now, 4 seats isn't an enormous gap, but it's the biggest gap we've seen in these elections so far. Even just a few weeks ago, this was a very close race. These parties were neck and neck, 24 seats apiece, right around there. But in these final few days, these critical last few days, Netanyahu is falling seriously behind. Linda?
And in these last few days, we know the Prime Minister has launched a last-minute media blitz. Describe what he's done and what sort of impact that's had. Clearly, the polls aren't showing it's in his favour.
He's been getting out there as much as possible. We saw him actually not too far from here just a couple days ago at a very popular market, which is generally a Likud stronghold. And then he's making all sorts of other appearances around the country, trying to get his name out there in these last few days. And traditionally, this has been more, this sort of get out the vote movement has been more of a left move, a left-wing move, and we've seen that a lot over the last 2.5 months. Now in these final few days, perhaps even as Netanyahu sees these polls, he's making his own get out the vote push to try to close that gap with just 4 days left until the elections.
And even though the gap is getting bigger, or wider I should say, it's still relatively close between the Likud and the Zionist Union. What are the main issues that are dividing people?
You're absolutely right that it's still a very close election. Netanyahu himself could be seen as one of the issues here because he's such a polarizing figure. And then you have what are viewed as the strongest issues here for each party. So for Likud, that would be security, and that would be Netanyahu traveling to the States to make his speech before Congress about Iran. The issue he hasn't touched on is the left's strongest issue, and this is Isaac Herzog's big issue, is simply the economy. A lot of people here struggling with very high housing prices, very high cost of living, and that's the issue that can be said is propelling Isaac Herzog to victory here, because he's very much hit that issue hard, that he wants that to be the issue that propels him to success on Tuesday.
Okay, we will talk to you many times before that, I can imagine. Oren Libermann in Jerusalem, thank you very much.